Hi, wrestling fans. Thanks for clicking the Dreaded Rose report. Let's see what I can come up with. I had some strange news yesterday. Might have about a strange, kind of close anyway, strange news. All right. Hey, DirecTV, if you have that, it's not going to be carrying TNA's one night only old school pay-per-view that debuts on February 7th. Haven't really heard why. Probably got to do with that. And for what it's worth, it's belief that a lot of talent at TNA thinks they've seen the last of Sting in the company. So do I. And Dixie Carter retweeted Bully Ray's comments from Wednesday on Twitter that he invited CM Punk to join TNA. And speaking of TNA, Kurt Angle, he appeared to be in really bad shape at last night's TNA event over in Dublin. Well, anyway, the word is that Angle was in bad shape physically before the show and pulled himself together enough to do a run-in, on a match. Anyway, Angle also, said to be looking really tough at the hotel and before and after the show. Belief is at TNA that Angle will work probably this week's TV tapings and then take some time off for knee surgery, and he's not currently advertised for Lockdown or the Lockdown Fan Fest. And as noted earlier this week, WWE's offered a contract to international wrestling star Prince Devitt, and he is expected to make a decision within the next 2 weeks. And Devitt recently won the American Wrestling Roadshow title and a press release announcing that the change referring to him as WWE bound. Sometimes they just pick that out in mid-air, or just, if he's a good wrestler, they tag that on him. Devitt was backstage last night at TNA in Dublin. All right, noted before, to let you know if you didn't know, Christian and Antonio Cesaro has earned the final 2 spots in the WWE World Heavyweight Title Elimination Chamber match next month. A little bit of a stipulation, maybe. Right now, plans are for Christian to be in the match, but his spot was given to him with the idea that if they come up with someone better, Christian will probably be taken out by an attack or injured or whatever. And then right now, no superstar is being booked to take Christian's out. But there's an angle in place if WWE changes his mind. So they stick Christian out there, then knock his ass out. And maybe out of Alex. What do you think about Alexander Rusev? He was in. Have you seen Elimination? I mean the Royal Rumble. He came out and he looked pretty good size. He reminded me of somebody. I got to remember who that guy was from ages ago. And regarding Brock Lesnar at the Elimination Chamber match, it's believed that he would be there. After the hype on Raw and the fact that it's in his hometown of Monday, but as of right now, Lesnar is not scheduled to work that pay-per-view. In fact, Lesnar has reportedly fulfilled all of his dates on this year's contract that expires at WrestleMania 30, but noted Lesnar has already re-signed through WrestleMania 31 with WWE. So we got his big old cranium around for quite a while. WWE JoJo Offerman, which I thought was a cute little thing, is training at the Performance Center in Orlando this week. Even though Summer Rae's been announced for next season's Total Diva, WWE not expected to release her. And New York Daily News had a brief piece up on former WWE diva STACY Keibler, the legs galore. Anyway, who was apparently trying to move away from her lingerie modeling image. I wouldn't do that. If I had legs like that, I would. Well, anyway, Keibler recently stopped at JFK Airport and by autograph hunters who had some of her old lingerie photos. And Keibler looked horrified and said, "I can't sign lingerie photos anymore." One autograph hunter begged Keibler, and she finally signed one of the photos, but told the man, "Remember, no more lingerie photos next time." So I guess I got to put all of mine in the drawer. I'm not going to get them signed, I guess. All right, Matt Hardy and Reby Sky haven't recently commented on their recent arrest after the news came out on Wednesday, but Reby did tweet the following, and Matt Hardy co-signed it. They said, "Friendly reminder, I ain't got to explain shit to nobody." Now go buy an 8x10, he says. Kurt Angle, like I was telling you, seen limping pretty bad at last night's TNA in Dublin. Angle ran out to save Gunner from a post-attack match from Bobby Roode. Well, anyway, Angle cut a promo and very angrily left the ring and limped to the back. WWE stock closed at $21.43 per share yesterday, and I think a couple of months ago it was like $7 and something. I could have afforded to get a stock or two. Now it's went up that high. I don't think I can afford it. I'll have to ask the wife. She'll let me do it. I doubt it. We noted earlier that ESPN Cleveland reporter Casey Cullis reported the following about backstage argument CM Punk and WWE officials had at Raw. Anyway, he said, my info on Punk. I did not know the source that WWE at Raw, that there was heated exchange backstage between Punk and the staff. Anyway, topic, concussion. Punk was heard arguing with the staff saying, I passed all your damn concussion tests. I'm not going to go out and tell fans that BS. All right, in regards to that story, Punk was banged up at the Royal Rumble match on Sunday. It did take a concussion test on Monday, but it showed that he didn't have a concussion, and the concussion test had nothing to do with his departure. All right, WWE's been working on a concept for Sting t-shirts, pushing them of calling him a man called Sting since WCW trademarked that phrase, and WWE owns the intellectual property rights to it. So a memo came out the WWE merchandise department last week to start working on the idea for Sting. Regarding Sting's deal and him signing, as of Monday, word is that he is not signed, but very close. Another source noted internally that the idea of Sting coming in has not been talked about as a high priority issue compared to deals, like Hulk Hogan, Brock Lesnar, Batista, and The Rock. And, I watched the Royal Rumble. Boy, Batista got a lot of boos at the end of that. I think they really wanted Roman Reigns to win. And when Batista won, man, there's a lot of boos. You got to kind of listen. And, the other thing I miss, too, is JR. He does a hell of a lot of color commentating about the match going on. And to me, when I watched Royal Rumble, there was a lot of just dead air. There was a lot. I mean, you got, 3 announcers there, and there was a lot of dead air. There wasn't any bantering back and forth. There wasn't any chance. There wasn't any good guy, bad guy back and forth. I don't. Maybe the announcers are getting burnt out of saying the same thing over and over and over. But anyway, WWE announced 15,000 fans for the Royal Rumble, plus 15,000 fans in Pittsburgh, but a sellout crowd of just over 12,000 attended. I don't understand that, how you can have a sellout crowd of 15,715 for the Royal Rumble, but a sellout crowd is 12,000. Don't know how that works. Brock Lesnar is not scheduled to wrestle in another match until Undertaker, WrestleMania 30. It's worth noting that Seattle is not the original site for May 4th's WWE Extreme Rules pay-per-view. The original, they changed it, I guess, to Seattle. It could be a sign that they're going to build, the show around Daniel Bryan somehow. The decision was made a couple of weeks ago, I guess. But the following, as of this past weekend, though, the plan for Hulk Hogan is to be the host of WrestleMania 30. Right now, Hogan, is not scheduled to do anything physical, and the story is he won't be allowed to do so, based on his physical well-being. Ric Flair may be under contract with WWE because he's in talks with the independent promoter to work on their events, and told them that he would be having to get it approved by WWE. All right, Batista's WWE contract, by the way, is indeed for 2 years and has him working a full schedule, but not for the full 2 years. Max. Batista has commitments. There you go, to promote certain movie projects that will require him to stay away at times. All right, about done over there. He's over there sleeping in a sweater. Wrestling Inc. TheWrestling.com reports that one of their readers attended CM Punk's Wizard World Q&A in Portland, Oregon this past weekend, and said he doesn't think Sting should come to WWE because he doesn't have anything to, left in the tank, and would be again taken away from younger superstars. Well, anyway, Punk called Batista a friend and said he didn't feel that the time was right for Batista to return because it was just so unfair to take away from other wrestlers who works hard every day. Of course, Batista and Sting would be living off of their past, and you got a lot of people trying to work their way up the ladder in WWE. And Punk said he's frustrated with WWE direction and feels that the writers aren't in touch with the fans and what they want. He's good money-wise. He hasn't really spent any money, so he's not worried about receiving a paycheck. I wish I could say that, but I'd be lying. But anyway, Punk said he's interested in the UFC if his body can handle it, but I don't. Right now, it probably can't. But right now, he doesn't think his body. Well, he just said that, I guess. Not in good shape for him. He said he's been really sick, especially September through November of last year. He's been working on. He went and got an MRI done, and they did some blood work, but doctors can't figure out what's wrong. And he started eating meat again, and started feeling better, but it isn't close to 100%. I've never been close to 100% in my life, so it's okay, Punk. Happy birthday to TNA British boot camp winner Rockstar Spud, 31 years old. Shimmer regular Rebecca Knox, 27. Also, this would have been the birthday of two-time Texas heavyweight champion Sailor Art Thomas. He would have been 90 years old. Thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.